Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Fourth and Forever. Funny enough, I'm wearing my Fourth and Forever shirt. I didn't even plan that on purpose. All right. But I'm pumped today, folks, because not only do we have wild card playoff football to talk about, but we have a pretty big domino to fall in the head coaching carousel as the Miami Dolphins have fired Mike McDaniel. We thought that it was a possibility. We teased it yesterday with the John Harbaugh news. We're going to tap in a little bit with that. I ask each and every single one of you, hit that thumbs up sign for us. I don't care how many people are watching. The like button needs to match the total amount of viewers. 88 people on YouTube, 88 like buttons need to be hit. And more importantly, stop lurking in the chat, okay? We want you to participate. I know that I'm asking you to take baby steps at first, but the baby step I ask, let us know where you're tuning in from. Where are you tapping in from? What corner of the globe? What corner of the country are you watching from, guys? Do not be shy. Roll call time in the Fourth and Forever chat. Rich, what up, dude?
How you doing, guys? Welcome to another edition of Fourth and Forever. We got some breaking news we're going to have to break it down here on the channel, which I'm excited about. I think the Dolphins just made a massive mistake, man.
No, you don't. Stop that.
That's a brilliant offensive mind you just let go of.
Oh, man. Let's talk about that. TD, how's life right before we end up getting into the big topic? I just want to know how you're doing.
I'm doing great. Life is beautiful. Big things happening all around the NFL right now. All these coaching vacancies is wild. This is the most like ever. I think it's they reported today 25% of the NFL is making a change at the coaching position. That's 8 coaches.
In my opinion, and we'll get to this because I got to go on ahead. I got to show the world where our Fourth and Forever audience is tapping in from right now. I don't think that the supply matches the demand, but we will get there. Dallas, Texas, baby, is in the building. Earth is in the building. Nova Scotia, Canada. Baltimore, Dade County, Brazil is in the building. Cliff Peterson, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Little Rock, Arkansas in the building. New York, Kentucky is in here. Fins up. Memphis, 10 in the house. I love to see it. From the B-Low, Buffalo's in the building. Chattanooga is in the building. Harrisburg is in here. More coaches will be fired. Interesting. Nevada is in the building. Lewiston, New York is in here. Bahamas is in the building. William Brown, what's going on? Nerd Boy Freed. Wow, look at that. Florida is in the building. Orlando, New York City. Go Brooklyn. Go Brooklyn. Germany is in here. Fort Pierce, Savannah, Georgia, South Florida. Damn, man. I love to see it. Guys,
Planet Earth is here. That's huge.
It's funny enough because I'm realizing how many lurkers are truly in the chat. And that's okay, folks. I get it. Sometimes you just like to listen to me and TD and Richie speak, but it's okay. I'm so glad that our audience spans so far. Globally, might I say, as well. We had Brazil and Germany in the chat, which is pretty interesting. But let's rip the Band-Aid off, man. We have to hear from the Dolphins representative over here on the Roundtable Sports Network. He's pretty locked in with this team. Talk to me, my friend. Mike McDaniel, he's gone, brother. He's gone. Mike
McDaniel's tenure comes to an end 4 years in Miami. I think people need to. He was hired in the first place to help Tua Tagovailoa, at least hopefully. He did a solid job in making Tua serviceable. But Tua started to fade and they connected Mike with Tua. What ended up happening, they fell in love with Mike. They really liked him. They would have even retained Mike, but I think the general manager interview process might have gotten the best of him, because one thing that is reported to be asked in the interviews is what the GMs thought of Mike. And after those interviews and after meeting with Mike on Tuesday, owner Stephen Ross felt conflicted. He really likes him, but had to move on and make that decision. So his tenure in Miami comes to an end. He did a solid job for what he was tasked to do, but running an entire team is more than just being a good offensive mind. So he's going to go off and be a good offensive coordinator somewhere, which I'm sure we're going to talk about. And now the Miami Dolphins are not only looking for a general manager, but also a head coach. and we already know who coming to Miami to be the head coach. At least I believe, but time will tell. We'll see.
We don't know anything yet.
We almost know, Richie.
I don't know. I wouldn't hold your breath.
Right, Richie, you be jealous when we get good stuff.
What is there to be jealous of?
Don't be jealous of the Dolphins because y'all the basement dwellers with the Jets.
I ain't jealous about nothing, bro.
We all right. But there you have it. That's what I got for you.
Rich, what are your thoughts on this, man? You know, looking back on the tenure of Mike McDaniel, I don't know. Was an interesting saga, man. 2 playoff appearances, like I said, and then obviously a heartbreaking season this year. Talk to me about Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, I mean, Mike McDaniel getting fired is the right decision, just being straight up. I just never believed in him as a head coach. I just really felt like he's a coach that's just a brilliant offensive mind, not a leader of men, can't really coach an entire organization. I think he's going to be a fantastic offensive coordinator wherever he does go. That's where he should belong. But I think that the notion that, like, I'm just curious from TD's perspective and Dolphins' perspective, what makes the Miami Dolphins an attractable destination for Harbaugh besides family ties and connection to the owner? I'm talking personnel. I'm talking cap space. I'm talking capital. I'm talking like quarterbacks. Like, what is there that's attractable to the Miami Dolphins besides ties to the owner?
Number one, we're going to offer him the most money. That's number one. Money always talks. Number two, he gets to come in and get a little more control than most would get. He's going to be probably given full autonomy to operate with the GM where he can make his final decisions. And that was a problem in Baltimore. Obviously, they had to decide to move on from him because he refused to part ways with his OC. And that's a general manager, head coach tug right there. And I don't think he's going to be given that type of resistance in Miami. And guess what? We can talk about he doesn't have a quarterback in Miami and the salary cap, but he gets to come clean it out and start and build something. This could be the place he could retire. Come build us a champion, and you could be a lifelong Dolphin for the rest of your career, however long you want to retire. And I think he'll like that because everything else is like, come in and help us win, not get the keys to it all, per se. In those teams, a lot of those teams have general managers in place for the most part that, it was a power struggle, and that's why they moved on from the coach as well. He's going to be given full autonomy, and that relationship with the owner and his family will better even cater to that to where he feels comfortable that he really would.
Now, wouldn't the Falcons be able to offer the same thing? They just fired their GM and head coach.
They wouldn't be able to offer the money.
Arthur Blank, owner of Home Depot? What do you mean? He's got some cash.
Yeah, hey, they already built their stadium. They don't need Home Depot. We good. Hey, Harbaugh wants Miami, baby.
How is Ross one of the most wealthy owners in football? Maybe.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I mean, even the organization, the value of it now is what? I think it was like 4th or something like that. It's well over. He turned down $10 billion for the team. Turned it down. But remember, we got all this F1, all of that down there. He owns it all. The Miami Open, he has it all. But here's the thing with the money, though, Richie. He also wants to. I'm sure Harbaugh wants to stay in the AFC. It's what he knows.
Harbaugh stays in the AFC.
Yeah, the guys don't want their whole career in the AFC. There's certain teams they know, and they have a good hold on. He wants to stay in the AFC. He wants to compete against the AFC.
Now, do you think that – I think the biggest competition will be the New York Giants, and I think that the big difference with the Giants is they have their GM in place, and maybe the power struggle is something that he wouldn't want. Do you think that the Giants are a legit threat? Because that right now has leaped – I mean, and from a New York perspective, I think the Giants want him so bad. So do you think Harbaugh he's expected to interview with them next week? Are you afraid that he would pick the Giants?
No, I don't think they're as big of a threat as people think. First of all, I don't think he wants the drama of the market in the media. He doesn't want the drama that there is no bigger market in drama. Also, let's not act like Jackson Dart is a completed thing that, he has the quarterback. That's still technically up in the air with giving Jackson Dart the benefit of the doubt. Let's not forget that. Let's not act like
He's the quarterback of Miami that he's going to be able to create.
He's the
Quarterback of Miami that he's going to be able to create.
His own that he gets to pick.
Yeah, where?
That's the point.
What capital?
No. I mean, we have the capital to do something in the draft, whether it's this year or next year, Richie. Richie, when you bring in a Harbaugh to Miami and you give him full autonomy, he understands he's coming in to evaluate his team, and he's just like the Jets did this year. You know, we're going to be given a year next year where it's not that big of a deal, and he can put everything he needs together to pursue his quarterback either in free agency, a trade, or in the draft next year. Don't think about it needing to have a quarterback right away. And Harbaugh understands that. This is a guy who's proven he understands patience. And who knows, Lamar still
Dan, right now, is your gut saying that John Harbaugh is a Miami Dolphin coach next year, or what?
So I look at potential jobs, right, for him, and he's getting older, you know? And so Miami, like, we already know what that is, right? Like, I'd say
retirement,
everybody watching this show has a relative north of 55 that has relocated down to South Florida, right? So I think, and I genuinely believe this, that's probably my favorite destination for him right now. Mm-hmm. The only way that I think that he would maybe wait a little bit is if there is perhaps another potential job that is not open yet that might have a bit more of a sure thing with the quarterback situation. I think Miami makes sense for him, but say, for example, Tomlin goes, right? I think that John Harbaugh probably would be interested in a job like this. A lot of Bills fans are excited about the potential of, oh my God, what if McDermott doesn't get it done, man? Like maybe he's going to be fired. Look, here's the thing that I want to really let Bills fans know. You are not putting into consideration what this ownership in Buffalo feels about Sean McDermott. All right. How the ownership looks at Sean McDermott is a guy that has the best winning record as a head coach in the NFL, in Buffalo Bills franchise history. They regularly make the playoffs. They put butts in seats. They have a lot of home playoff games, not this year. Two things can be true. Fan base wants coach fired, and the owner is not firing him. That is the case in Buffalo. So I've always had this thing, and people think that means that I'm saying Sean McDermott shouldn't be fired. I mean, listen, I would not lose any sleep if he were to be moved on from. But why I don't entertain the conversation, this ownership is not doing it.
They could surprise you, Dan.
Look,
surprise you.
Here's how I look at it too. Like I said earlier, while the demand is high, the supply is limited, right? Like there's not very many candidates out there that not every team is going to find a franchise altering type head coach. I'd say out of all of the new head coaches hired in this cycle, half of them are going to be without a job in 2 years.
This is true.
Half of them will be.
Maybe one will stand the time for like 8+ years.
And most of these organizations understand that. Is McDermott's not going anywhere from an ownership perspective. This is not from my perspective. This is not from a fan's perspective. The argument is not should. The argument or the question is will they? And I'm telling you now, it's not happening. So long story short, I think Miami makes the most sense for Harbaugh.
Another thing to watch, not just coaching searches for head coaches, but a lot of coordinators got fired. You got the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys let go. I believe both coordinators under Dan Quinn in Washington, Cliff Kingsbury got let go. Their defensive coordinator got let go. The Jets have a vacancy at defensive coordinator. So it's not just a head coaching search for a lot of teams, but teams that have head coaches in place are looking for new coordinators. So this is going to be a big cycle for a lot of hirings across the NFL this offseason.
Well, I look at it like this with these coordinators. If you're a coordinator and you got fired, you're not a good coordinator.
Yeah.
So your opportunities, man, and I don't know if they're like you can find a good DC or OC job. And a lot of these coaches, put it like this, half of these coaches that just got fired will not get no. 6 out of the 8 head coaches that just got fired may not get a head coaching job.
They get
And
a
they're
coordinator
probably
job,
going to be OCs and DCs.
Yeah.
And there'll be a handful of people that are moved up, but this is the wildest thing that ever happened to the NFL in an offseason.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, though, as far as Mike McDaniel, I would welcome him into Buffalo with open arms. Not because I don't like Joe Brady. It's because I think Joe Brady is a great offensive coordinator. For back-to-back years, he has been top 5 in scoring offense. He's going to get a head coaching job. I think Joe Brady will be a head coach in the NFL based off of all of the sheer openings across the league, and we're going to be in the market. Sign me up. Sign me up for Mike McDaniel. 110%. I think that would be the perfect fit. Is my buddy Kevin like Stefanski? While I can see some of the benefits there, since like he's really good with the run game, I think Mike McDaniel would be a dream.
Stefanski's going to get a head coaching job anyway.
Mike McDaniel is better
I feel like that's the case too.
I think Mike McDaniel is more creative in the run game than Kevin Stefanski, and Kevin Stefanski is good in the run game. Mike McDaniel has a lot of different wrinkles to that zone blocking, and I've actually been impressed with what he's done in Miami. The pass game, though, I think it's a little more overrated than people think. It's more so the speed and what he had and what he was able to do with it.
So it's quality of personnel and not concept is what you're saying.
Yeah, you give me Buffalo Bills wide receiving core, I'm not sure McDaniel's your guy, but your run game with Cook is going to take even another step.
Yeah.
With the creativity, but he will scheme things open for some of those receivers. But you bring a Mike McDaniel to Buffalo, he's going to require one top-notch receiver, and that's crazy. Even that Josh Allen offense goes to a whole new level.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Do you imagine if I get Mike McDaniel as an offensive coordinator and I trade for Jalen Waddle this offseason?
And you know,
dude, get out of here. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And will that give you enough energy to consume some vitamins?
Oh, dude, I'm already locked in on vitamin energy, baby. It's energy with all the benefits, and you're seeing the benefits right on screen right now, folks. I ripped a focus shot before this bad show right now, this bad boy show right now, boys, and I am locked in. I'm ready to talk football. I'm ready to talk X's and O's of Mike McDaniel's passing game concepts, the whole 9. And let me tell you what, you could try that focus recipe, or you could try the pre-workout, or you could try the vitamin B12 recipe. So many different benefits that you get from a variety of different shots in their variety pack over at Vitamin Energy. And the best part about it is, guys, you go to their website and you use code BOGO Roundtable, you can get 2 of those bad boys. All right. So maybe you're not sure if you like the hydration formula. Guess what? You could try it again. Okay. With that BOGO Roundtable code. Go check it out. They are the official energy drink partner of the Roundtable Sports Network, man. We appreciate you guys for riding with us this season. Dang.
That's my favorite one, man. The Focus Berry, the purple one.
It's the Focus Berry, man.
But
It's
I'm
that
out.
pre-workout.
I gotta get some more, man.
Use their code BOGO Roundtable TD. You get another one for free, baby.
I got it.
And so I'll tell you what, though, like that pre-workout is probably the like only caffeine I consume because, boys, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Like prior to like using like that pre-workout, like I was ripping coffee like bad. Like I was probably going to like unsafe levels of caffeine consumption. Like unsafe. I can only imagine what Richie puts down on a daily basis. Rich, estimate how many like milligrams of caffeine and so you inject into yourself on a day-to-day.
Well, how much milligram is in like a cup of coffee?
80.
Right.
Standard cup of coffee is 80 gram. It's 80 milligrams caffeine. Standard.
So probably like either 160 or 240 a day.
Okay, well that's not that bad. Yeah.
2 to 3
that's
cups. I mean, I like morning and late afternoon. I got a cup in the morning and then like after lunch, before dinner, like that 4 or 5 o'clock. Some I mix it up. I'm in a new like cappuccino phase now. I got a sick espresso machine, so I make my own homemade espressos at home.
Yeah.
I'm a coffee guru though.
And see, dude, your boy, like would go to Dunkin' sometimes and grab like the large Dunkin' coffee, which bare minimum had to be 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah.
And then I would still have like a couple of sporadic cups like every now and again. I was dancing with death, brother. So like since I've just stopped myself. I was like, all right, dude, I'm just having a pre-workout in the morning. I've been good, man. It's my jitters. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah, there's a aura to it. Like TD hates coffee, so he wouldn't relate.
He doused it with creamer, dude. He has creamer with a splash of coffee.
I got TD a cup of coffee while we're at the game against the Dolphins.
That was oil, Richie.
Sugar in it for you.
That was oil. That wasn't coffee.
I was like, all right. It was actually Dunkin', by the way. So I was like, all right, I'll put sugar in. I put 3 sugars and like 2 half and halves for him. He put like 8 more sugars in it. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I can't.
Still couldn't drink it.
You're trying to hide that flavor of the coffee as much as you possibly can while I'm sitting here drinking it as black.
I just don't get it. Like black coffee is just, man, that's like crude oil.
So it's an acquired taste.
Mushroom coffee got to be the next sponsor. Funny enough, I do love some mushroom coffee, but I like the ones that it's coffee with the mushrooms in it. Not a replacement. I can't do the replacement, but that's me. Appreciate the super chat. Richie Fresh. Dan, swing on Stephen A. Smith. Hashtag smoke. Wow. We got to get into that. There's a lot of drama right now with that world.
What happened? Is drama with the Bills or something?
Malik Willis in free agency to run Ravens type O to the Dolphins. We'll see. He's going to be a Jet.
Be a big target for us.
But yeah, I mean, the Stephen A. Smith, it happened again. Garrett Wilson called out Stephen A. Smith after he roasted the Jets, and then Stephen A. Smith went on First Take this morning and responded to Garrett Wilson, and then Garrett Wilson responded. So it's back and forth between that. But I'm just, from a Jets fan perspective, very happy that we got Garrett Wilson, man, because to have him step up and defend us at this stage, it feels good that at least is one of them that can stand up and stick up for us.
What was the topic, though? What was the argument?
That Dante Moore should stay in the draft and avoid the Jets.
And so you see what Dante just said? He said, Dan, why you keep going through your hair like it's still there? Chill, bro. That's friendly fire. That's friendly fire right there. No.
Oh, man. Hey, but tell Garrett Wilson to stop that mess. I understand why Garrett Wilson would defend it, but Stephen A. Smith is spot on.
No, he ain't.
Dante Moore needs to stay in college so the Dolphins can get him next year. It's that simple. You don't set yourself.
Yeah, but from a financial advice, I think Stephen A. Smith's wrong. And all the narrative that he can make more money by going back to college for the NIL, I get all that. You're either going back to the NIL, $10 million to take the risk of getting injured or regressing, or you go to the NFL draft to get $30+ million guaranteed right away. That's a risk, man. Look at Drew Aller from Penn State. Perfect example. Him not declaring last year completely ruined his entire career in the NFL.
Yeah,
if he declared last year, he would have been a first-round pick, would have got millions of dollars guaranteed to him. Instead, he went back to school and he crashed.
Except for you probably saved a fan base.
Saved
the fan base from going into this season full of hope just to see Drew Aller lay an absolute.
That's the perfect example that he's got to look at. Like, if you take that risk, you go back to school, you can regress, you can get hurt, and then now you're a day 3 pick.
And so I'll tell you what, man, I'm kind of surprised that Drew Aller is not going to the damn Senior Bowl, brother.
Yeah, I mean, where is he going to go in the draft? Like round 5?
7? I don't know. He's bad, dude.
And it's also like a common thread. Like, it's become like the trend. Oh, let's roast the Jets. Like, get out of here, Stephen A. Smith.
But y'all bad, though, Richie. Y'all like terrible bad.
Okay. Are the Raiders any better?
Yeah.
How? They've had 6 coaches in the last 6 years.
You know, I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because they had at least 1 interception this year.
We have the same amount of wins as their fraud asses.
Did y'all have
there's teams that are just as bad as the Jets, but they like to harp on the Jets and not the other teams. Why should Fernando Mendoza be excited to go to Vegas? What do they have in place?
Yeah. So the one thing
about that's all I'm saying.
So I think when it comes into a place where like some quarterbacks wouldn't want to go to, so the New York media probably doesn't help either, right?
Yeah. I mean,
so the media probably doesn't help. Like when like you're an awful organization and you have like a ruthless media, it's kind of like, like, do I want to go?
Yeah. And one of the most brilliant things for the Raiders is the face of Tom Brady, Mendoza.
Yeah.
Having the GOAT in the building.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like That's why I do have a soft spot for Aaron Glenn, because he wanted to be a Jet. There's not a lot of people that want to be a Jet. Garrett Wilson loves being a Jet, embraces being a Jet. So if Dante Moore is too afraid to come to the Jets because of the media and all this, go back to school. I don't want you on my team. I want someone that embraces the challenge, not runs away from it. You feel me? That's how I look at it. Like, if you're afraid of the New York media, afraid of the market, you're not built for it. Because everything you said, Dan, is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
It's a different beast here. When you win here, you are the king of everything. When you lose here, you're going to get buried. And it's not easy to handle it.
That's what I'm talking about.
0 interceptions.
Hey.
TD, we got to get 0 interceptions before you get 20 next year.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what's the saddest part about the Jets getting 0 interceptions?
What's
that
that?
Aaron Glenn is the second leading interception leader in Jets franchise history as a player with 42 career interceptions.
Took them all.
Aaron Glenn is like, as a player, ball hawk. But as a coach, can't get one.
Suit up, Aaron. Suit up, brother.
I know, right?
Suit up going into
Hit that thumbs
2000.
up button, man, because it's sick and tired. I'm excited for tomorrow night, though. Mendoza versus Dante Moore. It's going to be fun. If you guys want to get a little preview on that stuff, quick little shameless plug, if you don't mind. Jets Roundtable's back. If you guys want to come over to the Jets Roundtable, that's going to be live right after this at 3 p.m. on the Jets Roundtable YouTube channel. I know that not everybody watching are Jets fans, but if you guys want to come troll us, if you guys want to come show us some love, Jake Asman, Matt O'Leary, myself, will be live on the Jets Roundtable YouTube channel at 3 p.m. We're going to bring that back. The Bills Roundtable is coming off a fantastic season of covering the Buffalo Bills. We want to scale that into the Jets side of things. So do us a favor, guys. Go support the Jets Roundtable over there right after this show. Even if you're not a Jets fan, we'd appreciate that.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about, man. The playoffs are here, boys. The playoffs are here. And say that I remember correctly, we have solo episodes on Friday on 4th and Forever. So I feel like that we need to give the people some quality previews of each and every single game. Wouldn't you say? Lock in, talk about exactly who we see advancing. What are some things to watch out for each and every single game? I don't know. Talk to me, man. So I say we go in order. Let's start off with them damn Carolina Panthers and the LA Rams. Let's talk about these Los Angeles Rams and the Carolina Panthers. Interestingly enough, I've seen a lot of LA Rams fans on X, and the one thing that they're worried about is the size of Teteroa McMillan and then their other wide receiver in Carolina, who has a clear size advantage on the outside. I think a lot of that had to do with why Carolina was able to pull off of a win, because there was just physicality mismatches from the LA Rams secondary and the wide receivers that they have over in Carolina. So currently, this team is 10.5-point favorites. It's in Carolina. This Carolina Panthers team is 8-9. But let's go on ahead and talk about this matchup. Can Carolina, at the very least, make it close? I think all of us are going to pick the Rams on this one. Do they cover 10.5 points? TD, what do you got?
It's hard to say that they'll cover. You don't know what to expect, especially from a new team who hasn't been there or done this. They are at home, though. The weather's good. Everything is shaping up to be a good atmosphere for the game. The Rams just seem like a team that's on a whole nother level, though. With the Panthers, Bryce Young, this is his coming out party. This is where you judge the quarterback. Can he get the job done? Can he actually put the team on his back at any point in time in this game? And that's where the real question lies. At the end of the day, he has had a solid season. I think he's only thrown for like 11 interceptions this season. But Kyron Williams or Dowdle, who's going to be the guy in this one? Who's going to show up, make the big play at the big moment? That's what it's going to come down to. But I just got to ride with guys like Puka Nacua. I got to ride with guys like that who have shown up on the big stage, actually perform at the highest of heights of level. I don't know where y'all have Puka Nacua ranked, but I have him as a top 3 wide receiver in the game today. And maybe I'm outlandish for saying that, but that's just what I think. And that's what you're going up against. Are we going to say that McMillan is the equivalent? Who else? Who else is a threat? Who else on the Carolina in that receiving core and those weapons is a threat? So
you got a point there, brother.
Yeah, it's an out. I just feel like this is just an outmatched game. But again, you're at home, first playoff game. You get to come into the action. Bryce Young, it's on you. You got to elevate this team to new heights and the new levels. I mean, let this sink in. Do you know how many touchdowns Bryce Young has thrown this year? 23. You want to know how much Stafford has thrown? Double. 46. Double. Like, come on, man. We ain't got to play no games. This is just a mismatch if you ever seen one.
Rich, what do you got on this one, man? Can the Panthers at the very least keep it close?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a chance to keep it close and cover the spread, which is 10.5. But I think that the only way the Panthers win is if they win the turnover battle and they get Matthew Stafford to start throwing picks, because there were some games this year. And you look back at how they beat them earlier in the year, they just got to take that formula and redo it. I think that the Rams understood how they lost that game. They're going to try to clean it up, but they just got too many weapons to be worried about from a Rams side of things, and the Panthers don't. McMillan is a great rookie, and I think he's going to be a fantastic football player for years to come, but I don't think he's going to be that guy to really step up in the highest pressure. At least we'll see. They got a great running back duo. But Bryce Young, man, he's got to be the one that balls in order for them to pull off this upset. I'm taking the Rams. I think they're going to go on a playoff run. I think there's a world where the Rams go to the NFC title game.
In the NFC title game, it's going to be Seattle Seahawks and the LA Rams. I think I see it. And so I think that
if the Rams win, they'd face off against Seattle in the divisional.
Oh, would they?
Depending on what happens in the other games. But that would be the most likely cause. Like, say the number 2 seed is the Bears. Say the Bears win.
Yeah.
And so we'll see.
Or if the Packers end up beating the Bears somehow.
Whoa!
The Packers if the Pack ends up beating the damn Chicago Bears, which is funny enough, the second game on Saturday night. Look, you know what? I am convinced that this Chicago Bears team is only capable of winning games if they take the football away 2+ times. That is who they are as an organization. They currently lead the league in takeaways. I think that they've been relying a lot on double-digit comebacks for the vast majority of the season. While I'll give credit to Caleb Williams for taking care of the football, he has the lowest turnover-worthy throw rate in the league. I still think that there are some opportunities that he misses. I think the Bears run the football pretty good. I think the Green Bay Packers not being able to generate much pressure since Micah Parsons ended up going down in effect that has also hurt their overall run defense. I think this should be a game where the Chicago Bears can actually dominate. And to be completely honest with you, I think that this Green Bay Packers team is limited. I always had question marks about their defense in the first place prior to Micah Parsons being added to it. I'm going to go with Chicago, home field advantage, as long as there's no mental errors. I don't think that Ben Johnson's first playoff game as a head coach in Chicago is going to end in any sort of misery. And who knows, a sleeper candidate of a coach potentially being fired, Matt LaFleur. We've been hearing that. Does he get fired if this game doesn't go his way? Give me the Chicago Bears to win this one and advance. Rich.
This is going to be a good one. It really is. I feel like I want to pick the Bears here, but you can't sleep on the Packers with their experience, with their coaching staff. I think this is a time for Jordan Love to really show what he's capable of. But I feel like there's something magical. Like, some teams have magic, and the Bears are one of them that has this magical energy to them. They know how to win games in the clutch. I mean, wasn't it against the Packers earlier, like at the end of the season, where that crazy win they had at the end? I mean, it was Malik Willis playing, but Caleb Williams had that ridiculous throw to touch. Oh, my goodness. So give me Chicago in a very tough game, 3-point win, 27-24.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's funny because both matchups between Chicago and Green Bay, the final play was a Caleb Williams throw. First loss was that ugly interception, and the second one was a game winner. So
you said Bears, Richie?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we got a trifecta here. 3 Bears in a row. The 3 little Bears.
And the 3 little Bears here, baby. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm a Caleb Williams believer now. I am a Caleb. I've been cautious. I haven't dogged him, but I've been cautious. But I'm a Caleb Williams believer. This kid, he makes some really good throws. It's the deep, the deep intermediate, like 25, 30 yarder throws. He's excellent in that. He knows how to stretch the field. His improvisational skills is top notch. And both of these teams, they're teams that don't have like killer weapons. Name the killer weapon. Name the killer wide receiver on either team. I don't think either of these teams have 1,000-yard receiver. I don't think either of these. I don't think either of them do. And at the end of the day, the Bears have been the most consistent this season. The Green Bay Packers are not recovering from the Michael Parsons injury. It's that simple. I got the Bears winning this, and ahead of time, congratulations to them for turning it around that fast in the division, getting a home game to start the playoffs. That's huge, man. And you got to give Ben a lot of credit on this one.
And so that's funny you say that too, because like when you look at their wide receiving room, you see DJ Moore, you see Roman Dunze and Luther Burden. But guess who their leading receiver is?
Probably their tight end. Hold on.
Colson Loveland is their leading receiver. 713 yards.
That's it?
713 leading. But why they're insane is how efficient that they are on the ground. You have Swift has gone over for 1,000, and then their RB2 has gone for 783. 4.9, 4.6 yards. Yeah, like
wow,
half of the Bears' success is on the ground. Like that's what it is. It's and ground and pound. Like run the damn football. And like we shouldn't be shocked because that's what Ben Johnson did over in Detroit.
Yeah, that's true.
With Gibbs and like Montgomery and stuff along those lines. And I just think that that is the recipe for success there. Give me the Bears.
I'm excited for that one. We shall see. Now, the big question is, who do you guys got on your sleeper picks for this game or any games? Because if you guys get a $100 deposit match up to $100 by using our code RTS, link in the description because you guys take advantage of this while you can. Playoffs are here. This is where sports betting is at its peak. Bet responsibly. Oof. I'm taking the over on DeAndre Swift.
Yep.
On the ground for the Bears, for sure. Even the rookie running back, it's hard to really say who's going to be the guy, but both of them you can take the more and feel comfortable on it.
Morning guy.
High on Caleb Williams as well. And give me a Josh Jacobs touchdown in this game. And also the more on Puka Nacua. That's the type of parlay I'm building over in the Sleeper app.
Yeah.
I would take on Sleeper Caleb Williams rushing yards. They have him at 21.5 at 1.78 times. But you have the alternate lines where I would actually even take the 40-plus rushing yards for 3.27 times your money.
I like that.
He's going. I think he's going to, with no Michael Parsons, it's just going to be it's going to be more lanes. They're going to be a little bit more disciplined. Green Bay now, they're going to keep lanes for him. And I think that he can beat those linebackers and he's going to make plays because they love stretching the field.
And so he averages 22.8 yards on the ground a game. It's Caleb Williams.
It's the big time, though.
Yeah.
It's big time.
It's a big time. And then I think the over for Matthew Stafford in passing yards is probably a lock, I would say. Him and Puka Nacua, Swift, and then Monangai as well. So they're RB2. Perfect parlay right there. Shout out to Sleeper, guys. You can fade that or tail it, whatever you like. And the best part about it is it's risk-free, especially if you haven't downloaded the Sleeper app so far. I know a lot of you guys are in Florida. Guess what? Sleeper is available in Florida. I know a lot of you guys are based in the Southeast. Sleeper is there too. They're giving you $20 just for signing up, and you could put that toward your first parlay. If you're really aggressive or even slightly conservative, you could split that out right into 4 different parlays for $5 a piece. Go check that out. And also check out RotoWire to make sure you really get the most out of your free $20 for signing up for Sleeper, because they are gift wrapping the picks that you should take going into Wild Card Weekend. They do this each and every single week for all NFL games, all sports in general, all across the Sleeper platform. It is your #1 player prop research tool, RotoWire. And 15% off as long as you use code RTS. Another proud partner of the damn show, baby.
Let's go.
Love it. Well, we got some more previews to get into. Now, I am not currently home, but I do got to run. If you guys can finish the show without me, because I got to get home for my show at Jets Roundtable. So I got a piece.
Peace, Richie.
Peace, dude. Enjoy, man.
Enjoy the wild card weekend. I got to run. We got some Patreon callers and for more previews you guys can bang through. But hit that like button. I'll see you guys on the Jets Roundtable in an hour. I got to head back to my apartment.
You do that, man. Enjoy the commute. Be safe. Make good decisions. Make good decisions. Where are you, TD? There you are. All right. Anyway, moving on. We got to go on ahead. We got to talk about this Buffalo Bills and this Jacksonville Jaguars team. Listen, I've seen a lot of people in here, okay, say Bills are going to be one and done. If you truly believe that, please put that in the chat right now. Say Bills one and done. Put it in the chat, okay? Because you know what? What I'm doing, I'm setting you up for accountability. I know you guys always say, oh, yeah, Dan Mitchell's not going to remember my specific username. I need you to say Bills one and done because I am making a crazy receipt video after they ultimately end up doing that. Wesley, he's got an anime picture. Surprise, surprise. Let me see. A full Jags team is in there. Nobody else is. Nobody else is the Stones. I've seen it. Only Wesley right now. He's going to be getting that. This guy right here, another cartoon profile picture. Buck one and done. That kid Dalt. Let's see what else we got. Bills one and done. Coach Ty. Guys, remember the shame you're about to get here on Monday. The way that you are about to get the shame from Dan Mitchell when the Buffalo Bills beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. We previewed this yesterday on the AFC's Roundtable. Again, how I look at these things is why the Buffalo Bills are going to win. Number one, this defense is very opportunistic. This defense is dead last in the league for allowing 300-yard passers. They are like 26th in the NFL for total passing yards against. They remind me a lot of what the Buffalo Bills defense was last year. A defense that can get shredded in the secondary, but they save themselves with turnovers. The only way that Jacksonville wins this game is if that they can generate more than 2 turnovers against the Buffalo Bills. If Buffalo takes care of the football, as Buffalo has shown that they do historically, they don't have a shot in the gun range of beating this team. They don't. If Buffalo goes out there and plays their game and they utilize, those heavy tight end packages, and so they're playing 13 and 12 personnel, so they struggle with the most, and they're giving up 7th most yards to tight ends in the NFL, 100 receptions, 1,000 yards in total. I think this Buffalo Bills offense scores 30-plus points. The key for Buffalo is just to take care of the football. That is it. If Buffalo somehow loses, you're going to look back in the game and you're going to see that we coughed the football up 2+ times. That's how it is. As far as their defense is concerned, with secondary, with run defense, yes, they have a quote-unquote good run defense, but they let up 4.7 and 5.2 yards per carry against man duo run types and inside zone run types. Those are 2 things that Buffalo does very well. I think that we run the football against them relatively easily. And as far as Trevor Lawrence is concerned, piss poor third down offense. They're like 19th in the NFL. I think as long as we end up forcing them into 3rd and long situations, which is certainly doable. Like with Trevor Lawrence, he's a guy that big play hunts. He is dead last in checkdowns in the NFL. He doesn't throw the football away either. He's literally just big play hunting downfield. Do that. Like run cover 2. A too high safety shell, almost 90% of the time, man coverage, and pick and choose on who you want to hurt you. My eyes is I think Christian Benford is going to be shadowing Myers, and I will let Parker Washington hurt me. Like, you need to pick your poison here. And I am going to pick the one wide receiver weapon that I think will consistently hurt the team and take him away, rather than a wide receiver that I believe is going to occasionally hurt the Buffalo Bills. So that's what I got. Final score prediction, 31-24 Buffalo Bills.
Oh, boy. Dan Mitchell. This is going to be a tough game for both teams. We already know who the Buffalo Bills are. This is a great team there with the elite, great quarterback. All right. Will the flawless Josh Allen show up, or will the mistake or turnover Josh Allen show up? That's the first factor for the Bills. James Cook, they're going to hand off the ball. They're going to, try to make sure that they keep the run game consistent because it always puts another team off balance. But this is about the Jags. This is about, are you real or are you fake? And they had a better season than Buffalo this year. Some would argue their quarterback was better than Josh Allen this year, but I kind of put it as a tie when you really look at it, with Josh Allen carrying more in big moments. But Trevor's played lights out these last 5, 6, 7 weeks, man, and it's been reminiscent of a top quarterback in the NFL, which I didn't think he had in him, but we'll find out in this game. Here's the key for the Jags. It's to not stop the Buffalo Bills run, but slow it down. And they have a linebacker. I can't even pronounce his name. It's something.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his name, but they got a linebacker that's one of the top in the league with over 150 or something tackles or something like that. It's crazy. If he can get active in this game, if he could put a helmet on Cook at the line of scrimmage or getting in the backfield or, minimizing the run under 4 yards of carry, this could shape up to be a very interesting game that can become dangerous for the Bills. I think it's just going to depend on, can the Bills run the ball in this? I think they can, but if they show up and they stop that run, we could get an upset with the Bills. And I can't even say upset. I mean, this is like the even match.
The Bills are favored.
Yeah,
the Bills are favored right now. Like
barely.
Yeah. Sort of how I look at it is like, yes, so they have the least amount of rushing yards this year, but at the same time, TD, like they've seen the dead last amount of rushing attempts. Like, right. Like,
so they have the least amount of rushing yards allowed?
Yeah, but
I didn't know that.
But 32nd in the NFL for attempts seen. And why I think a lot of that has to do with it is because, again, like with this team has given up 5 quarterbacks that threw for well over 300 yards. So with this secondary is wildly flawed and they're just saved by turnovers. So how I look at it, like, so they're almost always in nickel. Like you never see 3 linebackers out there ever. And that's even in base sometimes. Like what they'll do is just add another defensive lineman. It's like crazy. Like 83% of the time it's light boxes. And with James Cook is averaging like 6.2 yards a carry against light boxes all year. So
where are they ranked for yards per carry? The defense.
Yards per carry is at 3.9. But how I look at that is based off of, all right, like you're looking at how they do like on average, right? But versus inside zone and man duo, which is Buffalo always runs, 4.7 and 5.1.
All right. Well, that's what it's going to come down to. They're going to have to shut that part of the game down. Yeah. They can do
it's going to have to be strategic. And look, like here's something I'll tell Jags fans too, because I feel like that there's like some like false dichotomy going around that I think this team is bad. No, I don't. Obviously, you are a playoff team. I just think that this is the worst possible matchup Jacksonville could have had going into the wild card round. Any other team in the AFC, that includes the Texans due to divisional familiarity, that includes so the Patriots, what have you. This is just the worst matchup y'all could have had. If you were the 2nd seed somehow, then I would almost be confident that the AFC Championship would be Buffalo and Jacksonville. But I just think Buffalo is a better football team. It's not saying that they're not. I just think that we're a better team.
I would have to ride with the Buffalo Bills in this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills to win this one, and I got 27-24-ish, somewhere in that range. It's hard to pick Jacksonville just based off of the regular season. Great year, been playing great football. Trevor playing out his mind. But this is where it matters. Can you do it now when we don't have a sample size to see that? Now, I know they did it against the Chargers years back. That was against, once again, a bad defense. The Bills will win this game. Well, they should win this game.
Oh, they should, for sure. And so they should. So the only way that Jacksonville wins is that so they need to win the turnover battle.
Yeah, exactly.
And by win the turnover battle, like 2-0 or like 3-1.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of those. Like, say that he coughs it up once, I'm still picking Buffalo. Twice,
yeah, that's not the dagger. It's the twice. It's the cough up, the early fumble sack early, and the bad pick in the third, or that combination. But now, if it's a late cough up on the line, then that's different. But that don't typically happen for Josh.
Yeah.
It's the bum stuff happens early when he's gonna bum. You'll know by the middle of the third if he's a bum. He's
gonna bum. Is Josh gonna bum, or is he about to throw the cape on? I don't know. Hopefully we just have some quality, consistent, complimentary football from start to finish. I would love that. My blood pressure would love it too. Philadelphia and the San Francisco 49ers, man. A big storyline going around is that the referee was homegrown, born just a few miles away from Philadelphia. The Eagles have an absurd record when he is an official of each and every single game. And he tends to throw a hell of a lot more flags on away teams opposed to home teams. So people are looking at this game being like, okay, as far as official behavior, this is certainly not going into the San Francisco 49ers' favor. San Francisco, while that they have been overcoming a lot of issues, so they are dealing with an injury bug, right? And they have for the vast majority of the season. But then Philadelphia has their flaws this year. Who do you got in this one, TD?
Again, this is the one where I'll be transparent with you, Dan. Mm-hmm. This game right here, I go through all the analysis, all the rankings. I go through all that stuff, and I'm just guessing. It leaves me guessing.
I love it.
It leaves me guessing, bro, because we know San Francisco's been here, done this, and they've low-key, like, you think about early in the season, you're like, oh, San Francisco, if they do creep in, they'll be lucky. Man, they're one of the best teams in the league.
I know.
They have been the quietest 12-win team.
And they were a game away from being the first seed.
Yes, and they just kept winning, just low key. Yeah, don't pay no attention to it. They kept winning, and that's just the reality of a great coach team. And remember, let's not forget, Debo's gone. Where's Ayuk?
He is refusing to report.
Yeah, so we forgot all about Ayuk, man.
He's refusing to report.
And they are still able to have the success that they've had. So it's hard to go against them. But then the Eagles, I think what's happening is we give the Eagles a lot of love because they are the Super Bowl defending champs. Mm-hmm. And they've also had some success over the few years. Last time I was asked this, I picked the Eagles, and I'm going to change it now. I'm going to change it. I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers. And like I said, it's a guess because I can't really point to this is why. That's why. I'm just going to pick the 49ers to win this game. Both of these are good teams because in the playoffs and in the big moment, they both know how to show up.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the 49ers here. And if I had to point to something, I'm going to say off the strength of coaching and consistency.
Yeah, I look at this game and I think that this just smells like a Robert Saleh masterclass. And so against an already struggling Philadelphia Eagles offense, with this offense in Philadelphia is broken, right? So their defense, I think, should have their way with Brock Purdy, should for the most part contain Christian McCaffrey, but it's going to be a defensive chess match. And you look at Philadelphia, 19th in the NFL for points per game. And that's wild, especially since you have such a star-studded cast. You have A.J. Brown, you have Smith on the outside, you have Dallas Goedert, you have Saquon Barkley, who's had an offseason this year. You had rotating guys on the offensive line being injured. I don't think that their offense is magically going to walk up into Lincoln Financial and put up 30-plus points, especially against Robert Saleh's defense. I would tend to agree with you. I think I'm going with San Francisco on this one as well. I think it's going to be tight, but I think Brock Purdy is going to make more plays than Jalen Hurts.
And some people, I see someone in the chat saying, well, the Eagles had a tougher schedule. I'm sorry. Don't the San Francisco 49ers have to play against the Rams in Seattle twice?
And their division. And their division, brother.
Yeah.
Yo, dude.
I mean, I get what you're saying. And they also beat Chicago late in the season when a lot was on the line. So, and the Eagles did have a tough schedule, but their division was weaker this year.
Yeah, I feel that San Francisco has certainly proven quite a bit so with this year. I wouldn't particularly ride on the fact that Philadelphia is the reigning Super Bowl champion because I think that they're broken offensively. I think that their offensive coordinators fired the moment that this team gets first rounded at home. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at, man. Some Eagles fans, you're going to be angry, but stop crying. You have a ring, okay? Enjoy it. All right? Enjoy that ring and be happy that your franchise has brought home 2 Super Bowl championships within a 5-year period, okay?
And by the way, both teams have 3 wins this year against playoff teams. That's it.
Yeah, so it's pretty
tough schedule all you want. Only 3 wins for both teams against playoff teams. So
it's
they
pretty
both
evenly, it's pretty evenly matched on how I look at that one real fast. And then last game, because we'll save Texans and Steelers for Monday when that's actually happening. Patriots and the Chargers. Patriots and the Chargers, man. Last game on Saturday. We picked this on the AFC's Roundtable yesterday. I'm not going to switch up on who I pick. I have the New England Patriots winning this game too. I just think that there's so much going against LA. If Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh do pull this off, then I'm going to gain a whole new respect for them.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. New England should win this game. I'm going to pick New England to win this game, but you can't sleep on the Chargers because maybe 2 or 3 times this year, there was a big game that we picked the Chargers to lose and they actually won. Yeah. So if they do that again, the whole playoffs flipped upside down. They could beat anybody. It's just a matter of what week. So I'm going with the Patriots. We'll make this one short and sweet, Dan. I got to roll with the Patriots here. More sound. They play solid on defense, play solid on offense. And when they both mirroring each other, it elevates both sides of the football. And you're also starting to see even better special teams play from them. Chargers, we know what they can do offensively when things are clicking, but they got too much working against them. And Vrabel is going to scheme against the things that are working against them. That O-line, Herbert with his hand, all those things. So I'm going to pick the Patriots to win. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if it just shockingly goes another way.
Yeah, me too. Solid defense over in LA. I think that this is going to be probably the toughest defense that he's played because I pulled up some stuff and all of us are super so obsessed with strength of schedule, what playoff team, what was their strength of schedule. So I pulled up what the average ranked defense that all playoff teams have played. And so the Patriots have played on average the 18th ranked defense right within. So with this playoffs and the LA Chargers are top 4, top 5.
Yeah.
So would it be crazy to say? Would it be crazy to say that this is the hardest defense they've played all year? Let me double check.
I mean, top 4 regardless. It's one of the hardest, Yeah,
it's one of them.
I don't think this is going to be about the Chargers defense. I think we'll see. We got to see Jake.
And so then I look at the Patriots too. And you look at the LA Chargers and what kind of weaknesses rate that they have, TD.
Yeah.
And you have a really weak offensive line in LA, but at the same time, we're talking about a New England Patriots pass rush that's really not getting to the quarterback too often. So, I'm sure they'll get their wins, but is it enough to be an impact?
Still sound on the back end, though. Their cover. Their defense just mirrors everything they do is mirrored. It's just working in tandem.
Yeah. So their secondary has the advantage because, so they have limited weapons over in LA, except for Lad McConkey. But I feel go ahead.
Here's my thing, Dan, with the Patriots. regardless of the offense or the defense that they play against. Other than those first 3 weeks, which they were trying to figure it out, we understand that. New coach, young quarterback, everything new. Nobody's really stopped them from scoring.
Mm-hmm.
The whole rest of the season, the entire rest of the not this game or that game, the entire rest of the season, nobody really stopped them from scoring. They've scored almost like 25 plus in almost every game.
It's the highest scoring offense in the AFC.
Didn't know that, but yeah. So, and I don't know if defense is the key here. It's really going to be, you got to shoot it out with them like the Bills did when they finally lost 35-31.
I know.
You got to shoot it out. Like, they're going to soundly move the ball down the field. You know, they can have their lapses, but you got to shoot it out with them. Can the Chargers keep up with that O-line, putting them at a disadvantage? I don't know. Or, hey, can we finally see a defensive masterclass against them? I don't know. The only games that they struggled on offense was week 1 and week 3. And that was the Raiders and the Steelers. That's it.
Look at that, man. I have the Patriots winning this game, says TD. And then we'll save the Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers game for Monday, I suppose. Lino's in the building. What up, Lino?
What's going on, fellas?
Chilling, brother. What's up?
I wish Richie was here so I can be able to get on him because everything Stephen A. Smith said about the Jets was spot on. I don't know what they talking about. I guess if you ain't a Jets fan, you don't see reality because Woody is the worst owner in the NFL, and I'm standing by that. But I got a question for both of y'all.
Go ahead.
One for TD. I hate your organization. I got rid of a good coach, and I got rid of the best quarterback in Tua Tagovailoa. I hate y'all. What I say about y'all is, one, how y'all not getting in trouble for reaching out to Harbaugh? Because I know daggone well y'all did. I don't care what the report's saying that y'all didn't. But I don't know how y'all need to lose a draft pick or something for that part. You know what I'm saying?
We already did that a few years ago. 3 years ago, we lost a draft pick for reaching out to a coach early while we already had a coach. This time, they're a little smarter. If you can't prove it, you can't catch them. So we good.
True, but my question was, now that that's happened, are y'all still thinking about getting rid of some of y'all players, and you know what I mean, especially Waddle? And two, for Dan, I definitely want Mike Daniels as the offense coordinator. I think we could take our offense to new heights.
Me too.
How can we go about getting that? Because we got Joe Brady. We got to hope that he get a job somewhere. But if it was me, I'll still bring him on and pay him as high as he want and make him assistant head coach.
Damn. That's a great question, Lino. It's a great question, man. So I do think that Joe Brady will be a head coach because there's just so many openings, right? Say that there were like 3 or 4, then I think that there could be a world where Buffalo would bring him back. I don't think that Joe Brady would be fired, especially since, I mean, we're top 4 in points per game, you know? So it's as much as Bills fans would like it because they think that he's the problem. I mean, he's not. So I think he will be a head coach. And then if that's the case, I'm probably going to put McDaniel as my number 1 contender and say that I'm him. Why wouldn't you want to go to Buffalo, right? Like, you have an opportunity of being able to scheme up an offense for one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And that's something I think McDaniel's actually hoping for, right? Because he probably has something to his ego right now where he's saying, oh man, like things would have been different if my quarterback was competent over in Miami. And then that's going to be able to give him another opportunity from the head coaching side of things. So I feel like the Buffalo opening would sort of be like a mutually beneficial relationship.
Yeah, I ain't getting no Mike McDaniel. Y'all stop.
Yeah, dude. Big Mike over in Buffalo, dude.
You know what works?
He can wear that I wish it were colder shirt like all the time, man.
You know what's going to work against you, Dan? The timing. Because your OC would have to get hired first, and then all of a sudden you're searching. And he might already have went through all the interviews and may have made a decision by then. So, and you all are still in the playoffs. So it's a lot going on here.
Yeah, a lot going on. It's it's definitely on top of my wish list, but who knows? Anyway, folks, thank you so much for tapping in with you boys over on Fourth and Forever. I believe we have a solo episode tomorrow. Are we tapping in tomorrow? Are we taking a day off?
Yes,
I don't know.
sir. We tapping.
All right. we tapping. We tapping. Anyway, TD, what do you got to say to the audience before we send them off?
Great show today. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Playoff time, wild card week is here. Coaches getting fired, coaches getting interviewed, GMs, all of this. This is mayhem, and I don't remember a season where it's been this hectic, but it's beautiful for those who love NFL football. So y'all stay tuned.
Guys, thank you so much for tapping in with us. We appreciate you. One of us will be here, I think, tomorrow. I'm not sure who, but if not, enjoy playoff football. And we will all be back on Monday, same time, same place, to unpack everything. See you soon. Peace.
Peace.